Frank Lucas was an American drug trafficker who rose to notoriety during the 1960s and 1970s as one of the most successful and influential drug kingpins in Harlem, New York City. Known for his clever business tactics and the direct sourcing of drugs from Southeast Asia, Lucas became a prominent figure in the criminal underworld. In this video, we explore the life, criminal activities, and eventual downfall of Frank Lucas. Born on September 9, 1930, in La Grange, North Carolina, Frank Lucas grew up in a poor rural community. After moving to New York City as a young man, he became involved in the underworld and worked as a driver and enforcer for Bumpy Johnson, a prominent Harlem gangster at the time. It was under Johnson's tutelage that Lucas honed his criminal skills and learned the inner workings of the drug trade. In the late 1960s, Frank Lucas established his own drug empire by making revolutionary changes to the heroin trade. Instead of relying on middlemen to transport drugs, Lucas personally traveled to the source, in the Golden Triangle region of Southeast Asia, to secure a direct supply. By smuggling millions of dollars worth of pure, high-quality heroin into the United States, Lucas bypassed traditional suppliers and significantly lowered the cost of the drug. Lucas became known for his innovative smuggling methods that included hiding drugs inside the coffins of deceased American soldiers returning from Vietnam. This strategy allowed him to transport vast quantities of heroin undetected, enabling him to flood the streets of New York City with a potent and inexpensive product. Frank Lucas's empire attracted the attention of law enforcement agencies, particularly the Drug Enforcement Administration. Through undercover operations and diligent investigations, law enforcement gradually dismantled Lucas's operation. In 1975, he was arrested and charged with multiple drug-related offenses. Facing overwhelming evidence and a potential life sentence, Frank Lucas decided to cooperate with law enforcement authorities. He provided vital information that led to the conviction of numerous drug traffickers, corrupt police officers, and politicians involved in the drug trade. Lucas's cooperation significantly disrupted the narcotics industry and made him a marked man within the criminal underworld. After serving several years in prison, Frank Lucas was released on parole in the 1990s. He was able to capitalize on his criminal notoriety and the release of the 2007 film American Gangster, loosely based on his life, which thrust him back into the public eye. However, it is important to note that the movie took artistic liberties with the truth, despite being inspired by Lucas's story. Frank Lucas's reign as a drug kingpin in Harlem was marked by audacity and corruption. By challenging established drug distribution networks and sourcing directly from Southeast Asia, he became a dominant figure in the heroin trade. Although his empire eventually crumbled, his life and criminal activities continue to captivate public interest. While some might be intrigued by his cunning and business acumen, it is important to remember that Lucas's actions led to immense suffering, addiction, and the destabilization of communities affected by drug abuse.